get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.
Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Tonight, I'm drinking on Crown Royal Vanilla mixed with root beer. How's everybody doing, man? I hope everybody is good, man. I hope you guys enjoying y'all week and everything. We're gonna get into some topics today. So man, we're gonna get into it. But before then, just let y'all know new podcast episodes are available every Friday right here on YouTube, or you can check it out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. So go ahead, check it out. Follow me on those platforms, man. Support, tell your friends and family about Drinking After Dark podcast. All right. So let's get into it. We got to talk about a big news that happened this week with Lizzo, the talented Lizzo. She's in the news. She is being accused pretty much by her former dancers. They were weight shamed and pressured while at a strip club. So let's get into it. So according to NBC News, 3 of Lizzo's former dancers have accused the singer of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment in a lawsuit that was filed on Tuesday. They also alleged that she pressured one of them to touch a new performer at an Amsterdam club and subjected the group to an excruciating audition after leveling false accusations that they were drinking on the job. Let me see. It's a lot going on here. What else it says? Also says the dancers accused Lizzo of calling attention to one dancer's weight gain and later berating and firing that dancer after she recorded a meeting because of a health condition. Oh Lord, this is a lot going on right now. And I think another one of another source said that, if I remember correctly, allegedly Lizzo told the dancers, let me see. Basically, all of this, is coming from the dancers and everything like that, accusing her of creating a hostile work environment, right? And let me see. One says accused of Lizzo sexual harassment. I guess what it was, now this is according to TMZ, real quick. According to TMZ, let me see. Well, it said the title says showed interest in banana sex show. I guess all of this happened. A lot of stuff is coming from being overseas. I don't know how much is true, but okay, here it goes. It says that and this is on TMZ, so y'all can find this. So this is not coming from me. I'm just reading what's on TMZ. It's basically saying in her interview with 3FM DJ Frank Van Der Lindy, I guess that's how you say it. Lizzo reveals her love for the live sex shows in Amsterdam, and she asked the host about the banana sex show where patrons eat bananas out of sex performers' vaginas. So I guess apparently she had one of her uh let me see, and this is also on TMZ, saying that Lizzo's being sued by three of her former backup dancers who say they were sexually denigrated by Lizzo while on the job. All right. Um, it's a lot to unpack here. So there is a lawsuit by three former dancers, basically of a hostile work environment. I'm gonna just break this down. The one I read from NBC News about the weight gain and everything like that. Lizzo has been very outspoken about body positivity and everything of that nature, right? And she's getting on one of her dancers about her weight, which is kind of funny though, because you know we've all seen Lizzo. There's been reports out there that she has been gaining weight herself. Okay. Now, if y'all remember back in the day, Monique, she stood up for the big girls, right? We know if you um around my age, y'all remember the, late 90s, early mid 2000s, she was really for the big girls, right? But we've seen over the course of time, she lost weight, she looks great and everything. Uh she probably had to, based on doctor recommendations and everything like that. But she's still um she's still rep the big no see it's all about body positivity with her, right? And Lizzo became the face of that, but it seemed like she's using that and throwing it into somebody else's face, according to what NBC News reported, how they had an argument, and of course, this dancer, I guess she had like some medical condition or something like that, and basically fired her for a weight. But yet, like I said, once again, it's been reports that Lizzo was actually gaining weight, not losing weight, right? I'm all for body positivity as long as you're healthy. If you're not healthy, then you probably need to make some changes, right? Regardless what it is, whether it's, if you're not eating right, not exercising, you know, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? But in a way, in that particular situation, it sounded like she was more of a hypocrite because, you can't talk about somebody else's body weight when, you have, issues yourself. Even though you're proud of, who you are and everything like that, still, you can't get on somebody else's about their weight when you don't have yours under control. Okay. That just, my opinion. So that just out there. Now, the reports of these sexual acts, right? These alleged sexual acts that she had her dancers doing and everything like that. If this is true, I don't know if this is true or not. It's all alleged. But if this is true, why would you subject your dancers to that? Right? It's I don't understand it. Like, why would you do it? Now, if you were a part of that yourself and it was like all y'all doing it, including you, then it's like, in a way, you could, I mean, but if you're not doing that, nobody said that you did it. You were doing that stuff. You subjected your dancers to do stuff like that. That is bad on so many levels, right? And to have, a lot of times you hear about artists, how can I you hear about all these stories about women and these, artists and things like that. But yet, when you have a woman that's doing that with one of her dancers, you know, That's to me, it's not cool. I think it's wrong. You were subject to your dances like that. Now listen, if you like to go to live sex shows, hey, that's you. You like that stuff. That's what you want to witness. You want to go see it live. Cool. If it's true about what they do over there in terms of participating in some sexual acts and things like that, you know, if that's what you like, that's what you like. But if somebody else is not into that, don't don't even ask them to be a part of that. Unless it was like, hey, this is my idea, this is what I want to do. And if that's the case, all right, that's what they want to do. But if that's something that you wanted to do, you could actually go with shoot some of your friends, right? You don't have to go with your dancers and subject your dancers to anything like that, making them feel uncomfortable, right? And a thing about this too is that we all know how allegations work when it comes to performers, right? Once those allegations are out there, it kind of sticks for a while, even if it's not true. People will still hold that against you, right? So this could be it's bad news for Lizzo right now, because now when you're trying to hire dancers, when you go on your tour and everything like that, a lot of them gonna be like, nah, because I heard these stories, I don't want to be a part of that. Whatever, sick games you got going on, I'm not down with that. And it's always seemed like the artists become assholes um when they really make it. It's like, why? You want people to work with you, not work against you, right? It's like in Hollywood, once they label you to like if you're difficult to work with, that's basically you being blackballed in Hollywood. We have seen that many times. But when it comes to the music side of things, you know, they always say, there ain't no such thing as bad publicity. Well, it has, because that bad publicity can basically stick with you, even if it's not true. It will always stick with you and it's unfair. But, when you have three of your dancers bringing this lawsuit, yes, you might feel disappointed, but it's three of them. It ain't just one, right? It's three, right? So you might have singled these three dancers out, in terms of a lawsuit. Um, you never know. It could be more people coming. It's just three right now. And I hope all these allegations is not true. I really hope it's not, because Lizzo is a talented performer, but at the same time, in terms of creating a safe working space, and in a way, the way they reported this, and I was thinking in my mind when I saw this, is like kind of form of like hazing in a sense, just the way it was reported, right? But even with that, if you're not willing to do this stuff yourself, don't ask somebody else to do it. If your dancers were there and you was doing it, and you basically say, hey, these are the contracts, NDA, you cannot say anything about this. This is my private life. I brought y'all here to have fun, but no, y'all could say we were here having fun, but y'all can't give out the details of what we were doing. That's one thing. I get it. You got an image to protect, but at the same time, don't subject your dancers to stuff like that, because it's not cool. It's not cool at all. So, but we all know there's going to be more details coming out. It's just, you just hate to see this happening, especially with a female artist and somebody who's as talented as Lizzo. So she is, you could say, mainstream, right? She's mainstream, and we'll wait and see with more details coming out. I'll give my thoughts on that, but this is just my initial thought on this whole lawsuit as of right now. And I won't be surprised if more people come forward. It's three right now. It's already a bad look. It could get worse or it could get better. We just don't know. All right. All right, man. So I need to talk about this, right? I got to talk about this because this was hilarious, right? I saw this online. Um, so we all know AI is coming to the forefront. Okay, AI is coming to the forefront, and they had this was a Remedy app thing. It was out there. You had people that use that to create their pictures, and all. I wasn't going to use it. Even though I could create my own picture and post it, I'm not paying money for an app. No, I'm not doing that. That's not happening whatsoever, right? But I saw this on Inside Edition how there were some men out there, quite a few men out there, who was following this woman on Instagram. I don't know if you heard about this story, um, but they were following this woman on Instagram, and you got a lot of guys who like to be in DMs, right? They like to be in DMs, um, trying to holler at females because they they don't know how to talk. I think now a lot of guys don't know how to talk to women face to face, or they always feel rejected, so they can feel like they can talk to a DM and either you know, not get a respond or feel rejected. I guess they could take it better that way, more so than anything else. So they uh they was trying to they were trying to they were trying to holler at this particular female. Come to find out that uh this female was AI generated. So it's not a real woman whatsoever. Now, in their defense, they said this is an AI generated woman. So they basically said, hey, this is AI. This is not a real woman. But a lot of guys don't, a lot of times they don't read. They just go straight after the picture, try to holler at, go straight to the DMs, trying to holler at the girl and all of that. Okay. So here's my thoughts on that. One, whatever happened to meeting each other naturally, right? Whether it's like it could be at a bar, it could be at a restaurant, it could be at a park while you walking your dog, it could be at school, church. What happened to those days? Now everybody wants to holler at somebody from clear across the world that you will have no way of meeting them, right? Across the world just to, I'm not understanding. Like I met my wife in college, so I knew the person I was talking to was real. A lot of times you don't know who you're talking to on the other line. Might be that person, might not be that person, right? So to me, I'm always when people trying to hop in somebody's DMs, right? Or you got women who putting up these pictures and they wonder why they're getting all these DMs right after that. And a lot of times it's not real people. Let's call it what it is. Everybody on there that it could be fake profiles and all of that. So, you know, that's just how it is with social media and everything like that. But they they end up going into the DMs. All these guys, pretty much saying the same thing to them and all these things that they want to do. You know, depending on who they are, you got people who will put out the DMs for the world to see and all that. It was like, I mean, who really cares? I mean, we understand why they did it. We understand why they did it. So I'm not understanding what's the purpose of this. Um, but but guys are like that. They don't really talk to women face to face. They do it behind us. Really, behind the screen. That makes sense. So I gotta play this. Let's see. Hopefully, I ain't gotta. So I guess I could just read this. So I'm gonna read what I was talking about, right? Because I saw this. This was too funny. All right. So apparently it was this it's too funny. I'm trying to keep a straight face while I'm reading this. So it says, and this is on Inside Edition, okay? The bikini clad creation named Mila Sophia is a blonde bombshell that's social media on fire, but to the surprise of many, she isn't real. So this is what I was talking about. Um, and this is all AI creation, okay? And became the hottest influencer on social media. Now imagine this, right? Imagine um, somebody creating something not real to be an influencer, right? Everybody wants to be an influencer these days. I'm not understanding why. I guess there's more followers in this world than there are leaders, apparently. So it basically says men from around the world send Mila Sophia marriage proposals. Oh, and adoring messages. Uh, which is kind of crazy. Like you send, I don't think the messages, the marriage proposals are real. I think it's just bots, pretty much. I don't think it's real. And they said that some of the followers have been hoodwinked. I was like, well, what do you expect? I mean, when you meet somebody online, you don't know that person is real or not. All you gotta go through is the social media. If they don't have pictures of their friends or anything like that, it's just them. Sometimes you just gotta be careful. Um, Now they basically it says Miller isn't trying to bamboozle anyone. This is why I was mentioning before. Her website says I'm an AI generated virtual influencer, but it's clear that not many are reading the fine print. That is the point. You got to read, okay? You got to read. You got to read. You got to read. If you don't read, this is what you're going to get. Uh, Miller is part of the now. Miller is part of the latest to come out of the AI boom. Forbes magazine predicts that over the next 5 years, the AI market may reach a jaw-dropping $407 billion in profit. So you're telling me that AI is going to basically, well, we're at a point where AI is going to be a part of every single thing, right? Now, I'm not going to say every single thing because I'm a firm believer that if you work with your hands, I think your jobs will be safe. If you don't work with your hands, I don't know. You know, I think this is the reason why a lot of people are getting laid off in the tech field for this, right? A lot of manufacturing companies are going to start turning to this, I think. So that basically, we all know corporate America has been working on this for years and nobody really believed it till this started happening. Now you gotta understand the evolution of technology will always, because let's just be real, businesses don't want to really pay people. They want to keep more money in their pockets. Corporate America, that's how it is. It's all about greed by the end of the day, right? Why they going off living this lavish lifestyle, they have employees, but a lot of times they don't pay their employees a livable wage, and therefore, you know, we start seeing mismanagement. We seen companies mismanage funds and everything. We saw what happened with yellow trucking and everything like that. So we're starting seeing AI coming in, and the fact that they're influencing now, you got guys who are being hoodwinked. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be some masterminds out there thinking to themselves, hey, if this is the case, we can make money off of this AI on social media. We can make money off of this. It's kind of like a contract. You better read that fine print before you sign it. You know what I mean? So I just felt like I don't feel bad for these guys who say they were hoodwinked because it clearly stated this is AI. This is an AI generated virtual influencer. That's your fault. That's your fault. Read. And anything else, if you're going to talk to a woman, please just do it naturally. Like I said, meet them at, a park, school, church, um, bar, restaurant, sporting event, who knows, right? Through mutual friends. That's the way you should go. But you got a lot of people now who go online trying to find whoever. So I'm glad I grew up in the era I grew up in because I don't have to deal with any of this. All right. Okay. So with that being said, when it comes to social media, when it comes to these women you see on social media, if you have not been following them for years, don't trust it. Before you follow anybody, you should read their profile to see if they're real or not. You know what I mean? Some are set on private, some are set on public. Just know who you following and who you trying to reach out to make sure it's real. All right, that's my final take on that. All right, y'all. So we're coming to the end of the episode. I just want to say thanks again for tuning in with me. Please let me know any suggestions y'all want me to drink on this platform. I will. Also, if you want to see any new reviews and everything like that on the channel, y'all let me know. Continue to help support the platform by, telling your friends and family about Drinking Out the Dark podcast and everything like that. Until next time, y'all, I'm your boy Darius from Drinking Up the Dark podcast, and we out. Peace.
Gotta get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.